can't tell me I'm crazy. I know what happened to my daughter. It was that fucking thing. That damn thing was smiling in those damn eyes. Sorry if I've gotten ahead of myself. It's just that I don't have much time left. It was October 29th, 2012. I was in the kitchen making coffee before I took my little girl to school and went off to work. Nell ran up to me, hugging me tightly. "Morning, Daddy," she said. "Well, good morning, sweetheart. Are you ready for your first day of school?" She nodded with a smile on her face. "I work as a video game designer. I know it seems like a dumb job, but it pays really well, and I like video games." "Well, here it is. You have a great day now." "I will, Daddy. I love you." "I love you too, sweetie." We were testing a new game called The Last of Us. It's really a horror survival game. It was nearing 3 o'clock. Good thing I get out of work before 2:30. I have to pick her up from school. It was calm and breezy day here in Seattle. Our home was a little ways in the forest. The weird thing is I should feel that my daughter and I are safe, but I just can't shake the feeling that we aren't safe. Another really disturbing thing is my daughter told me she saw a man or something at the edge of the woods watching her. It was something stalking us. Or she's just making it up. I did what all parents do. I told her just to ignore it, and it was probably a bad dream at the dinner table. I asked if she had a good day, and she told me all about her new friends, and she made how nice the teachers were. She wanted me to watch TV for her, so I did. She started to yawn while we sat on the sofa. I carried her to her room, and she tucked into her bed. She said quietly, "Daddy?" "Yes, sweetie?" "Can you leave that light on?" "Sure thing, sweetie." I walked up to my room and went to sleep. Ah! Nell, what's wrong? "Daddy, there's a monster in my room." I raced for her, wondering who the hell was in my house. I got into her room, but there was no one there except for Nell. "There's no one here, sweetheart." "He's in the closet." I started to sweat, thinking that there was really someone and something right behind me. I slowly grasped the handle, twisting it as quietly creaked. I opened the door and flipped the light on, and there was nobody there. "Nothing's here now. I swear, Daddy, it was right there. I'm not lying." "I believe you, sweetheart. It's okay." She ran, squeezing me so tight I thought she was going to crush me. She started to cry softly, and she asked, "Can I sleep in your room tonight, Daddy?" "Yes, of course you can." I wanted to think she was only having a nightmare, but the way she was shaking and crying, I couldn't help but believe she really saw something. October 30th. The next morning Nell was really quiet, and she only talked when I spoke to her. Once again, I was off to work. Today my boss was on my ass because I didn't finish a report review of The Last of Us. Other than that, work was pretty fun as usual. Today I picked up Nell from school. She seemed a lot happier than this morning. Maybe she was only having a nightmare. Hopefully, she had learned the alphabet today. It was so cute to watch her memorize it. Later we watched her favorite cartoon, Adventure Time. Such a weird cartoons nowadays. It was starting to get late, so I tucked her into bed, and I went off to bed. Then at 3:35 a.m., "Daddy!" I ran to her room thinking, why is she still having these nightmares? "Are you okay?" "My back hurts." At first I was confused, but then I looked. I was horrified. On my daughter's back were deep cuts that formed a word. It said, "Shh." I took my daughter out of the house and to the hospital. The doctors couldn't tell what had made these cuts. I called the cops and asked them to search my house for an intruder. They told there was no sign of breaking and entering. This pissed me off because I want to know what in the hell did this to my daughter. I will find it. If I find it, the hell I send him will seem like a better place after I'm done with it. I say because I think starting to see that thing and Nell's been saying. So far it hadn't touched me or talked to me, and what chills it sent me to the fucking bone is the fact that something to do with my daughter. I pray that it leaves us alone soon. October 31st. Today I had the day off while Nell's at school. I went to town to Radio Shack to get a camcorder. I made sure it was a good quality camera after Nell got back from school. I took Nell to the park today so that I could get her and my mind off things. I played with her in the sandbox, and then we swung on swings for a while. Nell started to talk about the thing that's been terrorizing her. She said there's not sure why it's there, but it terrifies her. As she talked about it, the air began to get cold and frigid. We headed for the home since it was getting dark. When we got home, Nell went inside to watch cartoons, so I sat on the porch for a little while. The frigid air passed through the forest, making the trees crackling and groan. The clouds began to swell up in the night sky, giving way to darkness as it consumed the forest and land around it. I went inside and set up the camera in Nell's room before I put her to bed. The next morning I checked the camera. No, since it was the weekend, she wasn't in her room. Nell, where are you, sweetheart? No reply. I started to panic as I scoured through the house, in and out. I ran into the woods a few miles, screaming for her name, but I couldn't find her. I ran back to the house and was about to call 911 when I remembered the camera. I darted to her room looking for the camera. I found it under her bed. I grabbed my laptop and plugged in the camera to it. I started to watch the video for a while. Nothing was happening. Then her closet door slowly began to open. That fucking thing was right there, standing in her closet. I walked over to Nell and picked her up off the bed in its arms. Nell woke up screaming. How did I not hear this? I began to cry and scream as I watched him slit her throat open with his fucking claws. He struck his long claws into her eyes, and then in the wall in her blood he wrote, "Shh. Oh my god. Nell, honey, I'm sorry. You damn bastard. Give her back to me, you son of a bitch." That thing walked up to the camera and just put its finger in its lips as if it was saying, "Shh." And it then carried my daughter's body towards the closet and just disappeared. I cried for a few hours. Why didn't I call the cops? How in the hell are you gonna believe me when I can't find her body? If I show them the video, they'll think it was me who did it. I'll leave you with this because if you have children, stay away from Seattle. It can't spread any further. It has to stop.